Silent Heroes by Christopher Lindsay. "70 years ago, young Asian American boys fought two wars, World War II and the War Against Prejudice. Although many of their families were imprisoned in internment camps as enemy aliens, these young Nisei, Japanese Americans from Hawaii and the mainland, volunteered in record numbers to serve in the 442nd Regimental Combat Team. They vowed to show the world they were true Americans." Who were the men of the 442nd? Shorty's shoe size was only a 2.5, but he received the Bronze Star and the Purple Heart, using his small body to shield a wounded lieutenant during the Battle of Hill 140 in Italy. A soldier from Cannon Company, whose family was forced to live in an unclean horse stall in the Santa Anita racetrack, was told by his father that "a lot of good things grow in horse manure." A clipping in a dead sergeant's pocket stated that some vandals burned down the soldier's home and barn in the name of patriotism. His chaplain wrote, "Despite the prejudice, this man had volunteered for every patrol he could go on. You know, you can't give a medal high enough for a man like that." The men of the 442nd served a country that despised them, despite the fact they were the most highly decorated unit in the history of the United States Armed Forces. Approximately 18,000 medals for heroism and service were awarded to the 14,000 men who served. Their unit was replaced over 3 times because they suffered a 314% casualty rate. In his book, The War, Jeffrey Ward describes how a soldier was given so much morphine at the aid station that later when surgeons at a field hospital began to amputate his shattered arm, he had to endure it without anesthetic. Later, when he came home to the States with an empty sleeve, a barber refused to cut his hair because it was chap hair. I am a 15-year-old Asian American boy, and during World War II, my grandpa cleaned off body parts from Navy vessels stationed at Pearl Harbor. My family's friend, a 442nd Nisei from Kona, later recruited to join the military intelligence service, persuaded Japanese soldiers and civilian refugees to leave their hiding places on Okinawa and surrender to the US forces. How is the Nisei soldier experience relevant to my generation? The men of the 442nd fought so that I would not be judged by the color of my skin. These men, boys not much older than me, fought so that I can live in freedom. The men of the 442nd fought so I can become a rocket scientist, a teacher, a soldier, or whatever I want to be. They fought to prove that the way the world was for them did not have to be the way the world would be for me. The men of the 442nd fought so that no one will refuse to cut my hair. Who were the men of the 442nd? They were, and are, true heroes.